Yo, my name is Bas. I live in Ukraine. Kinda live in a war zone. Well, 17 kilometers from the actual front line. So it's kind of still pretty close. So, winter is coming. So, what do you do? How do you get ready for power cuts and everything? Well, for one, you use layers to stay warm. You never know when the central heating will cut out. Heating comes to your house via pipes. The heating is done somewhere else. They burn gas and they heat up water that goes through pipes and it goes to the radiators in your house. Well, the Russians have been hitting our gas reservoirs, so there might be some issues there. We'll have to buy it from Europe, and this will make your gas also more expensive. So, more reason to give us money to kill Russians. So, that is the heat. You diversify, right? So, layers. So, what do you need? So, your kids want to game. If you have no power, they cannot game. So what do you get your kids? You get your kids a little power bank. This one says it can charge it 20 times. I would guess 10 or something. It depends on how big the phone is and how old it is. Tablets you can also charge with it. And you can charge multiples, one on this if you have multiple kids. Because if kids are watching something, they are not bothering you, which is very important. For the parents, we have this one, this bad boy. So I've charged this 2 weeks ago. It's still at 98%. It looks like a percentage per month or something. So you can just charge it, put it away. And this we had once 3 days of no power, and this lasted us. But look, it has a little light. Yeah, it's shit. So if you want light in your house, you can either go with these. Like this is, they say solar. Yeah, forget about it. Solar is not gonna work because if it's light, then you don't need these lights. So this one it comes also with a remote. I already lost it. This one was pretty cheap. You can change it. It works for a couple of hours and then you don't have any lights. I think it's 1 hour at most. So that doesn't really work. So what you do, you get a cheap LED light like this. This is a LED TL tube. You put a wire on it with a button. It's very cheap. And then you make a plug on it. Yeah, you cut off a plug from old appliances that you were going to throw away. And then you have like good light. And with this thing, you can still use it, have it burning for 40 hours, and at least you won't be sitting in the dark because that makes everything much worse if you're in the dark. So try to get some cheap or some LED lights that you can plug in, and then your house will be more less dark. And also Christmas lights also work. They also don't take that much and will keep your house nice and light, which will make the kids more relaxed, makes you more relaxed. Because there's nothing worse than a cold, dark house. Something that is also very important. I like my coffee, and I have a machine that with an alarm. So I set it for 6:30 in the morning a.m. and it makes my coffee. Well, guess what? If there's no power, my machine doesn't work. So this is why we have this. This is a French press. A little addition. Don't get electric water boiler. Get a gas one. Ha! Great. You need coffee powder, and then you can make coffee. It's a little shit. You want real coffee, the one that makes your heart race. You get this one. Um, don't drink too much because you will not be able to sleep. Here's a free workaround tip. If you don't have these things, or you don't like the coffee, or you drink more than 1 cup like a normal person, then you put on your coffee machine before the power cut, It takes 10 minutes. Then you have hot coffee. Then you put it in a thermos. And then in the morning, if you don't have power, you have a thermos with hot coffee. And if it's not hot enough, just make it strong. So you dump in some hot water from the kettle in there. And you'll always have hot coffee. And don't forget the cookies. So, power and coffee. What else do you need? Nothing. You can also use like these things. I use it for lighting because I work at home, and if there's not enough light, I can actually put it close to my camera, uh, close to my thingy, and I have some light so people I train or talk to can actually see me. Here's a little addition. Check the lights that you buy before you have a power cut, so you know how long they last, and you can make sure that you charge them fully before the power cut starts. So, yeah, and keep everything charged all the time. Forget about battery life. Just as soon as you have power, pump those bastards full of power so you at least have a full thingy. If you have a modem connected to glass fiber like we have, then you don't need power except for the router to have internet. So then you buy a UPS. We have a UPS. I ordered it. It can last up to 6 hours because their prognosis is this weekend, this winter, is that we will have 4 hours of no power and two of yes, which is worse, I guess, than last year when we often had 2 hours of no power and 4 hours yes. But also we had 4 hours well yes power, 4 hours no, and so on. And it makes you suspicious of elevators. And I live on a higher floor, so I don't get into elevators because these are Soviet elevators. They leave you where you are until the power cut is over. So yeah, that was it. Oh yeah, if you get really cold, what you can do is you can take one of these things and do some exercise. Yes, good tip. Okay, that was me. Stay safe. So charge stuff, drink a lot of coffee, get yourself one of those big bastards. Get your kids a cheap bastard, and everything will be fine. And if you don't have internet that keeps working when there's no power, then you better download a lot of shows like Bluey. All kids like Bluey. And yourself some shows too. Slow Horses is a good one now. Okay, that was me. See you later.